Hey everybody, David Mars, Mars HVACR Design and Mars HVACR Design School. And today what we're going to do is I'm going to work on a house that's going to be, it's here in Florida. And so it's lots of flex to it, but that's okay. As long as it's designed correctly and all the parameters are set, it's going to be just fine as long as it's installed properly. But the company that we work with this does an awesome job with installations. So we never hear about any problems with them whatsoever. So let's go ahead and check this one out. And here's what I have so far. And pretty much what my goal is to get all this stuff out of the way. There's a bunch of, this is pretty much where the grills just get dropped at by Right Soft when you draw up the rooms and you move stuff around. But I want to do it, just get those names out of the way, kind of declutter it as much as possible. Whoopsie. And if you accidentally hit a room, all you got to do is hit that undo button. I'm going to have a lot of ductwork showing kind of coming up to the middle of this house. So I just want to make sure all that is completely just not there. All right, there we go. Just a few more. Get that sucker up there. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and put these grills where they're supposed to be. Now, I know some of you are saying, hey, those grills are supposed to be right there in front of the windows. Not everywhere. Everybody does it a little bit differently in the different regions across the country. So some areas will go ahead and put that right up on that window there, and others put it back and have it blowing towards the window. Now, from my experience, which one is correct? I know if you're from an area that puts it blowing towards it, you're going to say, I'm correct. And if you're from an area that puts them at the window, you're going to say, I'm correct. But the truth be told, both work. Yep. I might gain a lot of haters for that one, but they both actually do work. All right. Let's see. Let's go ahead and put that there. That one there. Now in this one, I'm also making this to where it's more schematic than anything else. I just really need to show, I'm not looking for, with this particular builder, exact locations because I don't have a truss plan. If I had a truss plan, I'd be able to see exactly where the trusses were located at, and I'd be able to put those things right there exactly where they need to be. This right here, I just need to be within reason. I can't be stupid about it, but I need to be right there within reason of where it needs to be. Just getting rid of some extra ones that I don't need. All right, and that looks halfway decent. All right, and like I said, this is just to be real quick about it and not to be 100% exact. There are plans that we do, and we are 100% exact. We're spot on exactly where the duct layout is going to be. We're spot on where the grills are going to be located at, because everybody does things a little bit differently, and everybody likes to have pretty much their work shown in a different way, and we cater to that. We make sure that whoever you are as a contractor or a client, that we make sure to get it exactly where, how you want your work done. All right, now let's go ahead. We're going to throw some returns in there. This particular contractor, we like to put returns in every bedroom, pulling directly back to the unit. They really got these things all discombobulated. There we go. There's that. that should be it. Look at that. Look at that. All right. Like I said, this is gonna be a flex home. Florida, along with several others across the Southeast, are heavy, heavy, heavy with flex. Let's see, let's connect all of these from this side. Well, these closets make for a lot of branches. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna kind of get this whole side of the house right here. I never go more than 6 or 7. 7 is really iffy for me if I ever do that on a flex system, because it's usually a lot of air, but a lot of these, 1, 2, 3 of these drops are going to be 4-inch drops going to the walk-in closet. So I feel pretty secure with that. All right, now let's see. I'm going to try and section off the master suite, section off the center of the house here. What I'd like to do is kind of set it up where it would look good for zoning. Zoning, my personal live is a great, especially for a larger house like this, phenomenal thing to do for a home, for energy efficiency and for comfort. But comfort's the number one thing. You got to make sure that whoever is going to be living there is going to be happy in their home. I think we've all dealt with unhappy people that, they are not happy with the temperature of their home. And they're not easy to deal with. Of course, if I pay money for a house and I'm not comfortable inside my house, I'm not going to be easy to deal with either. So that's kind of one of those things of they kind of have a reason, a good reason for feeling the way that they feel. All right, so now I've decided I'm going to split this up because I'm going to add some more drops over on this side. And yeah, I really don't want to have anything too long. That's one of the downfalls I see that people do sometimes with flex. They'll be like, oh, I got a whole bag of flex that's 25 feet. I better use all 25 feet. And it's like, air takes the path of least resistance. The harder that you make air to get to a location, the less likely it's going to go there. I can guarantee you that. I've been doing this type of work now for, HVACR, industry work for a long time. And it seems to be one of the toughest things for people to understand is the harder you make air to get to one side of the house, or the harder you make it to do something, it won't go. It'll go somewhere else. All right, look at that. It's a lot of duct work. And doing it this particular way too, I mean, we could probably save on one of those branches coming along, going from one junction box and then skipping to the next. That is probably one of the worst ways of doing duct work. You got to really, really, really know your installations and stuff for it to go from, You know, your main trunk line goes to one box, and then it goes off to another box, and then you branch out and branches from your first one, and your second one branches out. And I try to get as many contractors away from doing it that particular method, because from my experience, one company I used to work with, we did exceptionally high volume, probably about several thousands of new construction homes per year. And callbacks initially were horrendous, you know, just because stuff like that. And when you really analyze and you start looking at it, and you start going through a trial and error of, you know, how to reduce those callbacks, what type of methodology do you need to take? I found that when you have each junction box coming back individually, it resulted in way less, I mean, like phenomenal, you know, numbers less of callbacks than, you know, the other way. I know. These three dudes, I'm going to put all three of these guys together. Now, I know I'm kind of stretching some of these out in the middle of the house and stuff, and it probably isn't going to be run like that. That's fine. With this right here, the most important part of what I'm doing right now is that it can be read by the contractor and the installers for that contractor. If this can't be read, and I can go ahead and just make it exactly and all this other stuff, you know, even if I had that truss layout, I might have to bump the duct a little bit. I might have to move it, you know, a couple feet up. That way my numbers can show and it's easy to see. It's not going to do anything or affect the duct sizing by doing that. But man, it'll save a lot of headaches. And when it comes to all this and helping with the installers and helping with the sizing and all that, just, it's easier to get it this way first, easy to read, instead of having to fumble around too much. All right. Look at that, we're getting close. Now I'm just moving some stuff out of the way. Again, you want to be able to read those numbers. All right, look at that, look at that. Now in this one, I'm not worried about grill sizes. Sometimes I'll go ahead and put grill sizes. I'll even go ahead and put like little markers showing which direction the air is flowing. Not needed for this particular contractor. He knows how it's going to go in these homes. Actually, me and him have had a really great working relationship for a very long time. And so there's not going to be any issues whatsoever. All righty. So that is it right there. And this is typical of what you'd see on a flex system. And especially for a large house like this, this is a 2,600 square foot home. Oh, I just saw one drop I forgot to get. That little dude right there is just hanging out. There we go. I know some people don't like it, but it is what it is. It's the construction. It's the industry standard for this particular area. And instead of me going on and on and on and saying, oh, no, it doesn't work. It does work. It has to be installed correctly. And I'm not going to go over and tell one region of the country that they're doing it wrong because another region of the country does things a completely different manner. All right, you guys. But that's the construction industry in a whole. Just to explain that to you, you got to be accepting of the different ways that everybody does things. There's more than one way to skin a cat. All right, guys. Y'all take it easy. Have a great day.